Hello everyone and welcome back to another Sims 3 speed build. So this house I called Maywood Lane because that was the name of one of the streets that was in the town. I think this is Sunset Valley, but I could be wrong. I wasn't really paying very much attention to what world or town that I had chosen. But it sits on a 30 by 30 lot. It will cost your Sims approximately 20,000 or 120,000 simoleons. And if you get it unfurnished, then it'll be approximately 65,000 simoleons. And with this house, what I decided to do was I wanted to use only the expansion packs that I prefer, or ones I guess you could say would be if I could only have certain expansion packs. These would be the ones I would choose. And if somebody were to ask me what ones I would say that I would recommend, it would be the pack that the packs that I use to build this house, mostly because of the objects I get when I'm building. I just love the packs. The ones I used is Ambitions, Late Night, Generations, Pets, Master Suite, Supernatural, and Seasons. So I haven't really been building lately, as most of you probably already know. I want to build. Actually, I'm in the mood to build, but I currently don't really have a whole lot of time. In fact, this house took me about a week just to do, and that was only sitting at the computer twice. It was only a 3-hour build, approximately an hour and a half each time I sat down. The reason why I don't have a whole lot of time is because I am currently puppy sitting for my mom, who is currently in the hospital. I don't know how long I'll be puppy sitting for sure, but she's only a couple months old, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months old, so she's still potty training and very untrustworthy, as most puppies at that age are. So a lot of my time is watching her. If I'm not working, I am watching the puppy, which I can't even come in the office to do that. You can't really leave her by herself for more. Well, let's just put it this way. She's had accidents on my floor already just by being left alone for a minute or less. Because I walked away out of the room, and the next thing I know, I come back in, a minute later, and she, made a mess on the floor. So, but anyway, that is why I haven't been building, and that's the reason why I didn't get a build out last week. I almost didn't get a build out this week, but I managed to be able to get in here and do a recording. Hopefully, this is Thursday. I won't be able to do any recordings on Friday, so I'm hoping I get this taken care of. It's only a 25-minute build, so I'm hoping I don't have to leave in the middle of it. But anyway, this house is basically I was gonna start talking about the house, but I also wanted to let you know that I do have some pictures and recordings of this puppy. So when I get a chance, I will get the pictures and the video and stuff of the puppy. I'll go ahead and post it online so you can see the puppy. It is a Havanese. And yeah, so when I get a chance, it might be a week from now, I don't know, but as soon as I get a chance to actually get in there and create a video, that way you can at least see her, I will do that. But yeah, I don't know when that'll be posted though, so keep checking my channel. I might get some pictures or a video of this puppy. Anyway, this house, as a lot of my one-story houses actually do, I was originally going to do a 1-story, but like a lot of times what ends up happening is I just can't help myself. I have to turn the attic space into living space. I do it all of the time. My, I can't even remember the name of the house now. It was a modern style house, but it was, I guess you could say, more traditional outside, but I don't remember. I just did it, I don't know, a month ago or something. But that was also going to be just a 1-story house, and then I ended up making an attic above the garage. I don't know, it just, for some reason I can't just, I mean, I have some 1-story houses, but for whatever reason, I'm just always building, at least 1.5-story or 2-story houses. Sometimes I even do close to 3 stories. But I don't know, whenever there's room to stick, some kind of upstairs, you know, instead of an attic. I tend to do that. I don't know. I feel like it adds more character by having some kind of like, I don't know what they would be called. I tend to call them like little bump outs or something or whatever. But, oh, I can't think now what they're called. Well, anyway, when the area of the house comes out of the roof, where, you know, like in this house, I don't know. I can't think right now what they're called. I'm having, I don't know, brain fart or whatever you want to call it. But, I just feel that adding something like that just adds character. And this house, I really didn't have a clue what I didn't even have anything in my mind on what I was doing. I threw in some brick. I threw in some siding. And I think it goes okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the house now while I'm putting in the rocks and stuff for the landscaping. And I mean, I think the house looks good, the colors, but, you know, when I was building it and picking the colors, I really didn't have a clue if I thought they looked good or not. I ended up leaving it this color, so I guess if it looks horrible, I'm sorry, that's what it's going to be. I don't change the colors, so I actually don't change the color of my houses very often unless I positively, absolutely hate it, but I end up, you know, I kind of like it. I mean, it's different. I wasn't sure. Normally when I do that brick, I tend to pick like a brown or tan colored siding or something, but I wanted to be a little different. I wanted to do something different. So that's why I went with green. For some reason, I was in the mood for green. I don't know, but yeah, this is basically the house, as you can see, based on the clothesline there. There will be a washer and dryer. I almost forgot to put it in, actually. I about forgot to put it in. But there is a washer and dryer in this house, as I love doing washers and dryers for some reason. I don't know. I just love giving chores to my Sims. The more chores, the better. In this case, because of the attic, it's not really an attic. I actually furnish it, and it's like a living space area. Because of it being kind of small and kind of weird or out of place, I enclosed the staircase, which I don't normally do. I really like I guess you could say grand staircases, or like that wow factor when you walk into a house, you got this gorgeous staircase right there. That's why a lot of times I have indoor balconies and staircases by the door, but in this case, I felt, because of the way the upstairs was, that the staircase needed to be enclosed for, I don't know why. This house isn't even old enough for an enclosed staircase. That was like houses long ago. I don't know. A lot of your older houses, they were enclosed, but I don't know. I just felt like it looked better that way, so I did. The floor plan of this house, actually, I struggled. You don't see a majority of it like I normally do. I cut a lot out. I stopped the recording until I figure out the floor plan. That's one thing you'll find in my live streams. There is no, you know, I'm not cutting anything out in those, as actually in real time, and you actually get to sit there and watch me struggle more than you do in a speed build. But yes, I struggled with the floor plan of this house. The kitchen type area, or whatever, this area that we're working in right now, actually ended up being a little bigger than I had figured or planned, but I think I decorated okay. With it being open like it is, I tried to make like the color patterns and stuff, try to, you know, kind of mesh well, but so it's a lot of the same colors. I try to incorporate reds and blues and stuff like that, but the wall color is pretty much the same through the whole area, just because they're all connected, and I wasn't really sure what else to do with it. So I was going to put a bunch of upper cabinets in this kitchen, but the one thing I don't like, and I've never liked it even before Sims 4 even came out, was the fact that they didn't have like smaller compact like cabinets to put above windows, to, you know, so you can continue the cabinets all the way across. But instead you have a gap. Wherever there's a window, there's a gap in the cabinet, and it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't look right to me. So I didn't change. I ended up taking them out. I'm still not 100% certain how I feel about this kitchen. I don't know what I think about that bookshelf. I can't say whether or not that bookshelf will work. I've had some houses in the past where a bookshelf in the counter still works, and I've had others in the past that don't. So I really couldn't tell you. It'll either work or it won't. If it doesn't work and you're getting really mad at your Sims, then you can use a couple of different things to stop them from grabbing the books. You can, if you have NRAS, you can use, I think it's debug enabler, I think has the option. You can go in and you can disable all the interactions to the bookshelf and your Sims will not go to it. Or you can just click open on the bookshelf, take all the books out and put all the books into a different bookshelf. That works too. Once there's no books in the bookshelf, the Sims will not go back to it. So that kind of helps with that. I think, and I'm pretty sure all of the chairs in the dining this time is going to work, which is awesome because y'all know how a lot of times my bookshelves don't, or my bookshelves, oh my gosh, I am stuck on bookshelves. But a lot of times my chairs in the dining room do not work. But in this case, because there's no doors, there's no archways, there's nothing there, there's nothing blocking them. So I'm pretty certain that they will all work. Now the kitchen kind of incorporates some of the red theme, which is kind of what I include in the dining room here. But you'll see here pretty soon that the walls are all going to be pretty much the same. I went ahead and picked the border with the apples. Remember the last build I did? I think it was the last build. Maybe it was the build before. I can't remember. No, it was last build. I'm pretty sure. The split level. I put that border in and I didn't realize until I was taking screenshots that they were apples. So I wanted to use that border this time in the dining room because it just seems fitting, you know, apples, kitchens, dining rooms, it just seems to fit. And it includes, you know, the red theme. So I even colored the microwave red to help include, and you know, I changed the those photos to where it had some red in it. I actually used cast a little bit more than I usually do. I mean, I'm obsessed in this game with having everything match. I mean, everything has to match. But I think I used cast the creative style a whole lot more than I normally do. But yeah, as you can see, the dining room and the kitchen have like the red theme going on. And the living room area, I think, has like a blue theme. I'm not sure. Like, I love those chairs. I end up making them like a tan color, I believe, and then making the pillows red to just kind of bring in the red colors more with the dining and the kitchen area. But like I said, the space ended up being a lot bigger than I planned. As you can see, I have nothing in the center there, and I don't like rooms that are so big that I can't fill them up. But I think it turned out okay. It seems to work. But this is the living room. It's a little bit more compact. It's a little bit more my style, smaller, so I can clutter it up a lot more. I think I end up bringing in like the blue. No, it's green, because apples and green, like there's green in the border in the dining room. So, you know, apples and green kind of go together. So yeah, this room has like the green colors with it instead. I'm trying to think what all I put in here. I mean, it gets cluttered up pretty good. I even used a few rugs. I like using rugs because, have you ever looked at the floor when you have like a space in the center and there's nothing there? That just seems really like it needs something, anything, so something. So I put a rug. A rug just seems to help fill the void, I guess you could call it. It just seems to help. So I feel almost out of practice of doing speed builds. I really do. I feel out of practice on what to talk about. Like, I don't even know what to say. I mean, my speed builds are pretty much all the same. I don't think my decorating really has changed any. I like the warm tones. I like it feeling homey and lived in. So I don't think my decorating really has changed a whole lot over the years, but I'm just I don't know what to say. You know, it's like, and I don't want to leave you here because I myself prefer when I'm watching a speed build, I prefer to actually have the person talking the whole time. To watch a speed build and it's just music bores me. It really bores me, and I can't stand to sit there and watch the speed build when it's just music. So I would prefer to continue talking, but at the same time I have nothing to say. I don't know what to tell you. My life is boring. Other than puppy sitting, I don't have anything to say. Nothing is going on. Ball season is in. I've watched some softball games. I've played or done some softball playing. That's really about it. But yeah, that's all I've done. It is sort of nice outside. We had 2 nice days yesterday and the day before. They were about 80 degrees outside, but extremely windy. So it was practically miserable outside because the wind was just horrible. Then today, all it has done is rain. So you can't really do anything. It's nothing but rain all day today. I don't think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I think it's supposed to rain late at night, so we might get some more rain again tomorrow, but I don't know. But I really don't do a whole lot. I'm not exactly the type to go out and party. That's not really me. I guess you could say I'm more of a homebody and prefer to just stay home. But yeah, I don't really have anything to say. Nothing exciting is going on in my life right now. Absolutely nothing exciting. I'm trying to think. Nope. So yeah. If you ever have any questions or have a topic you want me to talk about, go ahead and leave it in the description. Or why do I always say that? The description. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and I'll try to use that topic the next speed build. I really can't tell you if I will get another speed build out next week on Friday or not. Just like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be puppy sitting, and when I'm puppy sitting, I literally can't do anything. Like right now, just for me to do this voiceover, I had to put her in her crate just so I could do the voiceover. In order for me to build, I had to put her in her crate. And she's in her crate all night long, obviously, while I'm sleeping. And I guess, I don't know, I don't want to have to put her in a crate all the time just so I can build. So, like I said, I've gotten a couple of times in to build this house. It took me about 3.5 hours total to build. So, and then I split it up into 2 different days. So then that way she wasn't in a crate for like 3.5 hours total. And I wouldn't have been able to sit that long anyway at the computer to build. That's too many hours for me to just sit here and do the same thing. But then here I am doing the voiceover, and this is a 25-minute video, so of course she has to be in her crate while I'm doing this because I can't leave her go because she's not potty trained. So, and it was last night. Yeah, it was last night. My phone went off, and I answered a few texts, and I look up, and she's gone. She is nowhere in the living room and dining room, which is an open area. The living room and dining room in my house is open to each other, and that's the area of the house that I'm letting her run around in. I can't find her anywhere. So I open up the pocket doors that go upstairs, and I'm going all over upstairs. I can't find her upstairs. I come back down. I open the pocket doors to the office, and she's not in here because I leave them slightly cracked because I do have cats, and it's not really fair to them to be locked out of the house. So I leave the pocket doors open just a little bit so so my cats can get in and out. Anyway, I'm looking everywhere for her, right? And I walk into the dining room, and I hear a crunch. I hear a crunching sound. So I call her name, and here she is in the kitchen, which I don't have any doors to. So I'm using like this cat toy tube thing to kind of block the kitchen door so she can't go in there. And that's where my cat food is. She's in there eating my cat food. Now, mind you, I only looked down at my phone to answer one text that might have had, my sentence might have had 2 lines in it. She was gone that quick. She was gone and in the kitchen that fast. This morning I walked into the office, I opened up the doors, I walked in, I had to write something down on a piece of paper, so I grabbed a piece of paper quick and I wrote down, you know, the note, and that might have taken me, I mean, this is on a little post-it, so it wasn't even that big of a note. Maybe a minute, if that, to write this down. I walked back into the living room and she pooped on the floor. Now, I had just taken her outside 10 minutes prior to this, and she had peed and pooped outside. Pooped twice, mind you. Did it twice, and that one time we were outside. And then, like I said, 10 minutes later, I come in, I write the note, I go back out, and she has pooped on the floor again. So as you can see, I can't actually leave this dog go, not even for a minute, because she's made a mess on the floor. And I know how to potty train dogs, so, you know, don't think I don't know how. I grew up with German Shepherds my entire life, but this is a Havanese, not a German Shepherd, so their bodies are quite small. Their bladders are a lot smaller, and she poops all of the time because she is self-feed, and what that means is you leave the food in her dish and she just goes and eats when she wants to, which is a few here and there. Unlike a German Shepherd, they would eat all of it as soon as they could, and you would never be able to keep your bowl full. So those dogs are most generally not self-fed, and you feed them certain times of the day, you know, once, twice, you know, whatever, what have you. Like I have a pug, and you can't self-feed a pug because, well, they would overstuff themselves all the time. So he only gets fed 3 times a day. So anyway, because she's self-fed, she poops all of the time. Like, I mean, the amount that this dog goes is just crazy. But anyway, I take her out all of the time. And it is just, you know, she's actually getting on my nerves, to be honest. I am not used to a dog that does nothing but bark. That's all she does is barks. Every little sound. One of the cats jumped off of the bench seat in the kitchen, and she took off through the house barking. And I couldn't get her to stop. There was a few noises outside that happened, and she started barking, and I couldn't get her to stop. In fact, she kept going for over 5 minutes. I couldn't get her to stop barking. So I had to put her in her crate, and I had to drape a blanket over her. Now, she continued to bark, but not for very long, and it started to get a little bit better, and then after about 2 minutes of being in her crate, she finally stopped and calmed down, so I let her back out. But she's actually really getting on my nerves. Constant barking. She acts like she has bloodhound in her. She's constantly sniffing. Like, you take her for a walk, and you can't actually walk this dog because her nose is stuck to the ground, sniffing everything. Sniffing the grass, the concrete, the steps, sniffing everything. You're practically dragging this dog. And that's kind of frustrating. It's just been, I guess you could say a lot is going on in my life right now, but it all is revolving around the dog. So yeah, I currently don't have a whole lot of time. I've unfortunately been neglecting my mods. I really need to get back to them and I still have a few of them to update. In fact, I think they're fine. They don't need to be updated, but it's just the fact that I haven't checked them yet. So, but anyway, that's what's going on in my life right now. So I don't know, sometimes some of my Let's Plays get skipped because I just don't have the time to record them. I don't have the time to record the prison challenge this week again either. So that one will not be posted this week. So anyway, this is the house. I hope you enjoyed. And again, I apologize that I have not been getting these builds out as often as I was. And I haven't been, as, you know, I haven't been in, I guess, my blog and stuff quite as often, but I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, here are the pictures. I think the house turned out pretty good. There's a couple of store content items. Most of them, though, are free items. I think I used 1 or 2 store content items that need to be purchased, but other than that, it only uses those expansion packs that I said at the beginning. So I hope you enjoyed. Any comments or suggestions, go ahead and leave them below, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.